From early childhood, we enter a system called education. We are sat at desks, handed textbooks, and told, if you study well, you'll have a good future. Sounds logical. Almost like a truth. But let's look deeper. What are we really taught? We are taught to memorize, to repeat, to obey. You listen to what the teacher says. You don't ask too many questions. You repeat what's written in the textbook. You don't argue, don't doubt, don't deviate from the script. You get grades. You pass exams. You follow the system. Sound familiar? Of course, they gave you knowledge. Formulas. Laws. Dates. Definitions. But here's the question, how much of that actually helped you in real life? When was the last time you used Schrödinger's equation or Bernoulli's principle in the supermarket? Or when trying to manage your debts? Yes, general knowledge isn't bad. But we are not taught the most important thing, how to live. So what are we not taught, even though we should be? Financial literacy. Most people leave school with no idea how credit works, how to handle taxes, inflation, investments, or interest rates. But they can plot graphs and calculate sine at a 45-degree angle. The result? Generations living paycheck to paycheck. Falling into debt traps, unable to manage money. Psychology. Self-awareness. Who are you? Why do you feel anxious? Where does that constant guilt come from? Why do you rely on others' opinions? No one talks about this. Not in elementary school, not in high school. Yet understanding your emotions, dealing with trauma, and recognizing your behavior, that's the foundation of mental health. Communication and critical thinking. We are not taught to listen. Not taught to express ourselves clearly. Not taught to question. Most people can't distinguish fact from opinion, truth from manipulation. That's why they fall for propaganda, marketing tricks, and peer pressure. Critical thinking is the antidote to brainwashing. And of course, it's left out of the curriculum. Health. The body. Awareness. Why don't we learn basic nutrition? Why does no one explain how stress affects us? How our hormones work, how the brain is wired? We get fragmented biology lessons, but no one says, look, this is how stress destroys you from the inside. No one teaches you to feel your body, notice signals, listen to yourself. And then, chronic illnesses, fatigue, depression. Real history. We are given a filtered, politically tailored version of the past. No nuance, no truth, no living context. So that you don't ask too many questions. So you don't know how the elites played with the fate of nations. So you believe things were exactly how they should have been. Understanding systems. We are not taught how the world works. Economics. Politics. Power structures. How corporations shape the narrative. How social media algorithms function. How your data becomes a product. Why oil, money, and information are the three pillars of control. They don't give us that map. Because if you have the map, you'll start looking for a way out. Why don't they teach all this? Because the goal of the system isn't to make you free. It's to make you predictable. Obedient. Convenient. You're supposed to work, pay, fear, and believe what you're told. You're supposed to be successful, but only within someone else's definition. You're supposed to be educated, but not awakened. And that's a huge difference. An educated person knows facts. An awakened person knows why those facts matter and who chose them. The system turns you into a cog. You are a product. You are a resource. You are a part of the mechanism. You're taught not to think, but to comply. Not to feel, but to obey. Not to explore, but to repeat. And then you grow up and realize you don't know how to be yourself. You don't know what you want. You don't even know who you really are. Because you were trained to be someone else. To be proper. Convenient. Adapted. So what can you do about it? You don't have to stay in this game. You can relearn. Rethink. Rewire yourself. Start simple. Learn the basics of finance. Read 2 to 3 books on money and investing. Start observing your emotions. Keep a journal. Awareness is the key. Learn to question. Break down information. Check your sources. Study your body, your health, your state of being. Seek alternative sources of knowledge from those who've stepped outside the box. Learn how to learn again, not for grades, but for freedom. Because freedom isn't just a pretty word. Freedom is the ability to see. Freedom is the ability to choose. Freedom is when you decide what to learn and what to believe. Education can be a tool of liberation. But only if you take responsibility for it. It's not the system that educates you. It's you. You are the source. You are the explorer. You are the awakened. And once you realize that, there's no going back. Only forward, beyond the system.